I have spent, I guess, most of my life hearing about all his accomplishments, not only from him, but pretty much anybody that knows anything about tennis.
When I think about Shreveport tennis and Shreveport-Bossier tennis, the three people that come to mind for me are Andy Lloyd, Pat Harrison, and Bill Borders.
When I think of Shreveport-Bossier area tennis, the first couple of big names that come to my mind are always Andy Lloyd and Bill Borders.
I think for me, the memories that have the biggest impact are more current, the ones that involve my kid. He spends a lot of time with him on the tennis court, and I guess I kind of joke that that it's skipped a generation in a way. I play, but I'm not as good as my son and my dad, but he's out here with him every Wednesday.
Yeah, but yeah, Bill was such a he was such a committed guy to helping junior tennis players get better when we were coming up, and he's always kind of maintained that posture and attitude. Every time I talk to him or run into him, he's always asking how life's going, how I'm doing. He's always been encouraging.
So many memories growing up from the time we were a little kid playing sets and matches. I don't think I ever got one on you, so I'm looking for that rematch now. I remember Ryan took a couple off of you, though, for the Harrison brothers.
I remember those days coming out and playing against you on the clay courts there at Piermont Oaks, and all those sets you played against my brother and I. We really appreciate you.
I classify him as one of my very, very best friends on and off the court.
As a kid, I remember asking if you'd ever won a sportsmanship award. Your response said it all.
One of the fiercest, most competitive players that the Shreveport-Bossier area has ever known.
Bill and I were over there playing at Piermont, and he broke strings in all three of his rackets, so I thought, great, today I get to beat him by default. What does he do? He goes over there calmly, unzips my racket bag, takes out one of my extra rackets, and beats me with it.
On the rare occasions that I did beat Bill, happened to beat him, if we played the next week, there was no way I had any chance of beating him.
We did this challenge one time at Piermont where all kind of the top junior players were playing some of the best players around the city. And I was playing doubles with John Gray Pugh, and we were playing against Bill and I think Trey Thibodeau. And Bill is a fierce competitor. Anybody that knows him probably knows that. I'm not telling you anything new. But I remember John Gray, who had a really good serve, and he hit a first serve. I was at the net. John Gray hit a first serve that was about 6 inches long, right into Bill's forehand. It was way long, and Bill just smacked it straight at me at the net. It literally pegged me because I wasn't prepared because the serve was long. And he hits me with it, and then he's like, serve was out. And then I look at him, and I'm kind of like, God, this guy's an asshole. And he just kind of smirked at me like Bill did sometimes. He just kind of gave me a little smirk like, hey, what'd you think about that?
He loved the clay, and his grip, he had almost like a continental grip. And so when he took his racket back on that forehand, you couldn't tell whether he's going to hit a slice or a topspin or flat. And so he had a ball that really would just drive through that clay at Quirby's. And his serve, you really couldn't tell with his toss. You couldn't tell whether he was going to serve it wide or down the middle. So his game was one that on the days that he was on, he was really a hard person to beat.
His greatest strength to me is the variety of ways that he can play you. In my opinion, he can play you in three ways. He can serve and volley, he can play backcourt grinding, and he can junk ball. And he's going to figure out which one you hate the most. And that's what he's going to go to. He may play the other ones, but his biggest strength is identifying what your weaknesses are. But I have to say, whenever his forehand's on, it's deadly.
Dr. Borders, well deserved. You've been a great supporter of mine in the 44 years I've been a teaching pro. I appreciate all the times that we played, but if anybody deserves it, you really do. Love you, Doc.
Congratulations, Bill, on your induction to the City Tennis Hall of Fame. You have been an influence in the local tennis scene and personally in my involvement in the sport. I will always be grateful that you have introduced me to this lifelong sport.
Congrats to Bill. It is overdue for him being inducted to the Shreveport-Bossier Tennis Hall of Fame. I'm so proud of him.
Mr. Borders, congrats on getting inducted into the Shreveport Tennis Hall of Fame.
Well deserved. We're really happy for you. Me and all the Harrison family wish you congratulations.
Congratulations, Mr. Bill Borders, on being inducted into the Shreveport Tennis Hall of Fame from myself, Madison, and all the rest of the Harrison family.
And I'm thankful to know him. I think this is a tremendous honor. He's definitely worthy of the honor. So, Bill, congratulations.
Bill, you represent all that is good in the world of tennis, and I cannot thank you enough for the friend you have been to the Harrison family for the last 40 to 50 years.